Tom Vasel's top 100 games of all time.
Mike DiLisio, bravissimo, sporadically bored, but never pianissimo.
Zee Garcia, voice of the people.
Hey, we're on. Welcome, everybody, to the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Mike DiLisio.
I'm Zee Garcia.
It's the top 10 of all
Whoa.
time.
All time.
Of all games, the top 10.
There are none better.
Nope.
I'm wearing the wrong glasses. Well, these don't match. Why didn't no one tell me they didn't match?
Something seems off anyway, right? I don't get it. There's just something.
Is it your birthday?
No, it's not my birthday.
Did you have breakfast?
I never had breakfast. I had a coffee.
I don't know. It's good to me. I'm fine.
Is he wearing shoes?
I am wearing shoes today.
Yep. I don't know. I can't shake it.
I don't know.
I'm supposed to be in the middle. And you're supposed
Oh,
to be...
I'm over there.
Ah!
Oh, shoot. I knew it. There was something wrong.
Screaming in the chat. My apologies. We can easily fix this. Here we go. Hey! Okay.
Wow.
All right. That's better.
Now I feel a little bit more like myself now. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Very
There's some
bizarre.
strange energy that you leave in that chair. You seep into that seat.
This seat is just
The seat is
immersed
seeped.
with juju.
Ju.
Aju.
I feel better.
Once again, I don't have a pen or a pencil.
Tom, this is every time.
How do they disappear every time?
You're eating
can't do
pencils
that.
and pens.
That only works once. My
I know
snap
you-
does not work all day.
Are you not holding a pen, Tom?
Just take it.
Yeah, Z just... Okay. Hey, folks, welcome to the top 10 of all time again. We want to say thank you to our sponsor of this episode, the World Series of Board Gaming. Fantastic sponsor. We're going to be at the World Series of Board Gaming this year. So we talked about this for the last week and a half, and I don't want to go too ad nauseum here, but I do want to say it's going to be a fantastic time. If you're considering going, definitely think about that. You definitely want to enter our contest, which is emailing us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, putting the word Vegas, and you can win a $450 discount on the ticket, which gets you 5 nights there, entry into 4 different tournaments. You can win you can win. No one's won 4 tournaments yet.
No? Well, look, there's a first time for everything, Tom.
That would be interesting, and I would also be very scared of that person. 2 people last year
I
won
would not be
2
that person. I would be a
tournaments
huge
each.
nerd. I was scared.
But neither one of them won the whole thing over.
Okay.
In fact, the world championship for this currently is being held by someone from China. It is truly the World Series of Board Gaming.
You're not
Wow.
kidding. Wow.
So, but it's your chance
Okay.
to go. You can play, but even if that doesn't, sometimes people play in these tournaments not necessarily they're trying to win, I guess, but they're not caring about winning. They go just because they want to play with people who are really good at the game.
Sure.
And that's
It's hard to find competent people.
That's correct.
I thought
don't
about
help me
saying
here.
gamers, but no, I meant people.
Don't help me.
Okay, give my pen back.
Sorry.
Give me that.
It didn't work. Anyway, thank you to World Series Board Game. We hope to see you there. Also, we want to say thank you to all of we have a lot of super chats so far,
Oh,
and I
my
missed all
goodness.
of them because I didn't have a pen.
Let's just have a blanket thank you to the super chats.
No, oh,
No,
come on,
can't do that?
Here we go.
Oh, my
Super
goodness.
Chat.
I think you
starts
went too far.
with,
That live chat started 3 weeks ago.
Lisa, who woke up at 5 a.m.
Oh, my goodness.
Pedro.
Who I'll answer that question some other day, Pedro. Today we're just talking about top 10s.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
And of course,
Sidonia.
Chile.
see?
Oh wait, Gator Dave, Florida. It's the best state. I agree on that
Mm-hmm.
one. And Nishant, who says, "Mom, I told you magic was real." I don't know. What that means.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And then thank you to Geek Factor, who's running. Oh, have to run.
Oh, okay.
Poland rules all.
All right.
Okay, before we get to that, so right now, what's our numbers here? Let's take a look at how
Let's
many
take a
people
look at the
are watching.
numbers.
1,700 people are watching. We have 484 likes. If we get to 1,000 likes in this video,
Yes.
we will run a contest at the very end where we'll give out. Ooh, thank you, Chris. That's a great super chat.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris is awesome. we'll run one person will get a box of games.
Box
A
O
box of games. And if we get to 5,000 viewers, I'll double the size of that box.
And I'm going to tell you something, folks. We don't have small boxes here at the Dice Tower.
really
I haven't
don't.
seen a small box in years. These are full-size boxes. Like, this is the Halloween when you go to this house, you're getting a full-size candy bar. Am I right?
You're right.
No
I've
snack
never
size,
given out
no
the full-size
fun
candy
size.
bars because everyone always it's like it's not even a humble brag. People are like, come to our house, get full-size candy bars.
No, it gets
and
on
I'm
all the-
thinking,
all-
I'm not rich. How are you doing this?
Gets on all the Discord channels. All the kids are looking at their phones like, okay, they got the the GPS to all the houses with the full-size bars.
All right. Well,
You got to know what you're doing.
You got to know.
we are at the top 10 games of all time. Mm-hmm. Roy, can you click that thing to make it stay in place? Or I don't know if it will make it stay in place, but it will make me feel like it will stay in place. We are at the top 10 games of all time. They're not... we'll do some things in the future where we'll talk about games that maybe have fallen off the list, stuff. But we're just here to talk about our favorite 10 games. I got a couple big changes in my top 10.
Oh,
Let's see.
And so do the people.
I have some interesting stuff in my top 10. Yes.
I've got a couple of things in my top 10 that are new for me, for sure, for this section of the list. I'll say that much.
Let me see.
Yep.
There's a new game in my top 10, and like new to the list, new.
Okay.
And there's some games that have never been in my top 10 that have kept on climbing.
I have a couple that are new to the top 10, but I will say, well, I don't want to say too much, but I don't have any brand new games in my top 10.
That's disgusting.
Well,
You
look,
shouldn't have said that.
that's because I am someone that takes their job seriously, unlike others who will just randomly, willy-nilly,
All right.
put games into their top 10.
Can't we all get along? All right, so I apologize. We got a lot of super chats. We want to say thank you to David, and thank you to Christopher, and thank you to Jacob, and thank you to Ludacia from Uruguay.
Uruguay.
And
You
then-
animal.
And then
Uruguay.
and Revolver put Chile back in the lead.
Uruguay,
Okay,
no. Chile, see.
See?
here we go. Let's jump to Mike's number 10.
Let's do it.
All right, my number 10 is a game that has been in another list, I believe the People's Choice list, but I don't think it's going to be showing up in either of your lists, although you,
I
Z,
love it. I do love it.
you, Z, now have much more exposure to my number 10 than you did a few months ago. My number 10 is the fantastic asymmetric game Root.
Okay, I can say I'm now root adjacent.
You are, because you've been playing the
No.
app, which is...
You're not sitting here.
that's
I
true.
call myself Roto-Rooter.
Yes. Root is a fantastic, as I said, asymmetric game where you play as a particular faction in this forest land. And this is really, I've never considered myself a war gamer. I still don't. But this is really a war game that does not look like one. And
Can we already have this conversation?
Yeah,
Or was
we-
this during the People's Choice?
People's Choice. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But
No, I'm just.
Yeah, yeah.
I was feeling very strong deja vu.
no, that's true. I did mention that. But
Ooh la la, talking that Francais.
because
Yeah, baby.
Deja vu.
I would say this is probably,
la la.
wouldn't you say, the most popular mainstream war game?
I would not call this a war game.
It's
I
a
think
war
you're
game.
trolling people. No, I
It's
also
about
I am
agree.
a little
birds, man. It's not a war game.
You
It's-
can be a war game. You can and have birds.
It's a war game.
No.
War game does not necally mean historical. I agree.
I
Right.
disagree.
But I also think you're trying to troll people.
Maybe a little bit.
Stop it with
It's
the
a fantastic game. Whatever faction you're playing is going to determine the type of game you're playing. It has a number of expansions that have added new maps and new factions. Terrific game. An absolutely stunning achievement. And my number 10 is Root.
troll. I need to play Root on la table.
Si.
Sur la table.
Sur la table.
Oh, that's Francais. My
Yes.
number 10 is one of the best games of all time that unfortunately got a little bit of a bad rap because the delivery system doesn't fit the contents.
What is this? All this
Okay.
talking.
And
with
we've
the-
talked about
I'm
this
sorry.
already.
What are we talking about?
Mike and I have discussed this.
Yes, I know what your
previously
number 10 is. It's
when
a
it
great
showed
game.
up on the People's List,
And
number
my
10.
list.
It was on your list as
Of
well.
course.
Magic Gathering?
No.
Magic, the Gathering is not it. Abyss.
Yes.
What's wrong with the delivery system?
The delivery system is large.
I can't even look at
It's
you.
a big box. People
It's
thought
a
it was
big
something
box.
different.
It looks like a big board game. It's really a card game. Now, to be fair, you do need a box this large to hold that blistering artwork.
You do.
Okay, anything smaller than this would literally burst your retinas open.
Spontaneous combustion of your rods and cones.
Rods gone, cones, mm-mm. This game looks amazing. It's a fun, interactive card game with a really nice push and pull of what you do. The more you do for yourself, the more you are leaving for other players. Other players get your leavings.
Sometimes your leavings are better than your takings.
This is also
See
true.
what I'm saying?
Yes. Have you played Abyss?
Not anymore.
Try the Leavings edition. It's great. I love it very much. My number 10, Abyss. And if you come to a Dice Tower convention, there's a pretty good chance I'll teach this to you.
Yes.
That really is.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, we got enough people to like the video, so we will have a contest. If you want to enter
Whoa.
the contest to win a box,
Oh.
email us at contest@dicetower.com, and in the subject line put the word box. Maybe that will show up on the screen sometime. We'll see. But it's box as the subject line.
Contest at dicetower.com.
and then in the subject line, just box. Okay. And then you, too, can win a box of games.
Bam.
Oh,
Box.
box.
Subject? Hey, I grab.
Okay. Also,
Tom, get ready for your email to just say the word box a whole lot. You're going to be seeing a lot of box here soon.
all right. So a bunch of shout outs here. Kai from Hawaii. Thank you. Cody from Rohan.
This is not sustainable.
I feel that's a lie. David, a super chat. Also, Spencer Robb, a super Canadian chat. Owen from West Virginia. Steve from Calgary. Ryan from New Jersey. And Jay Spang. Okay, let's get to
What
my
about
number 10.
Alistair? Did you say Alistair?
No, I did not.
Alistair Burt.
All right. So, my
Yeah.
number 10 has broken back into the top 10. It used to be in the top 10.
Yeah, we should tell people what we put in the email, by the way.
Oh, in the body of the email?
Your
body.
address.
Tell us your address, yes.
Your name, probably. and
Also your name,
address.
too.
Yeah.
It's not North America only, it's worldwide.
Okay.
Okay, so last year this game was 21, so it's bashed its way back in.
Wow.
And not only that, and it's just the way it worked out, and
Yeah.
I did compare it a lot, because my number 11
Yeah.
was Le Havre. And this game I like
Le Havre.
now just the tiniest bit more than Le Havre.
As well you should. It's a better game.
I agree.
It improved the previous game by quite a bit.
This game did come out after Le Havre. Same designer, though.
Caverna?
Yep, Caverna is my
Caverna
number
improved
10.
Agricola. Whereas Le Havre didn't have a version
Disproved.
1. You know what I mean?
I get these are right next to each other. I could easily pick either one.
should pick the good
taught
one.
my kids Caverna this year, and I was like, man, it's such a good game. There's so many fun choices in it.
Yeah.
Caverna's good. I do like Caverna the best, I think, from all his big games.
But as you can see, they're in my top three. Caverna was 10, Le Havre is 11, and then Feast for Odin was 17.
Man.
Those are my
Wow.
three big
That's what we
ones
call
I
the
like.
Uwe triumvirate right there. That's
All right.
a lot of Uwe.
People's Choice. There's
People's
no simple one here. This has been on the list for
You ready, Z?
I'm ready.
6 years. The clue is Isaac.
Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven.
He was first.
Yeah, but
All
I
right.
said Haven,
You did.
which is the correct pronunciation.
Point for Mike. So this was 6 last year and 4 the year before that, but it's still in the top 10.
Was it 1 at any point for the humans?
No, the highest was 4. In 2020 and 2021, it was 4 both times. And I think part of that is
Interesting.
because, again, it's our methodology of voting for the people's choice.
Right.
It's not ratings only. It also has to be mentioned, period, to make the
Yes.
list. So some people are never going to touch this.
Right.
The people who do like Gloomhaven really like it. And most people who play Gloomhaven are predisposed to like it, I think, at this point.
That's
Especially
probably
now
true.
with the follow-ups like Frosthaven. Nobody goes near Frosthaven unless they know they like Gloomhaven.
Correct.
I would assume that I mean, not no one, but it's a 99.9% of the people who play Frosthaven are likely to enjoy it.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
they come in knowing Gloomhaven.
Knowing kind of what they're getting at.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So that is your choice for number 10, Gloomhaven.
Cross that out real quick.
Cross
Yeah.
it out. Oh.
I can see clearly now. The light is off. Oh.
Hey, I don't have to go into a big, long-winded introduction to my games.
Thank goodness.
Why? Because it just got mentioned?
The picture was up there.
Oh, no one saw it.
Apparently, I could be a little verbose. Oh, yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
Petrichor.
Yeah. Now, this is a game that is not new to my list by any means, but this is new to my top 10. This is a game that has just steadily risen over the years for me. I've always kind of liked it from the very beginning. I like the unique theme where you are basically playing as a cloud and you are moving your cloud and dropping rain onto these tiles that
I'm a little rain
represent
cloud.
different crops. But this is a game that
raining on you.
looks beautiful and serene. It's very interactive.
Wait, what's that lightning from? That must be one of the expansions.
No, that's been in the game, but this is the deluxe, the collector's edition we're showing a picture of here. The regular one had cardboard. We have this in the library, Tom.
Down.
So
Obviously,
those
I
are
played our library copy.
0. This is the game I'm likely to teach at a Dice Hera
Oh, Mike,
convention.
I just want to say you've been throwing out a lot of shade my way, and I'm just asking questions.
Well, we're playing Petrichor. You need shade. It rains.
Dang.
It's a game that is
theme shade.
very,
Into it.
very, as I said, interactive. It can be mean depending upon which kind of tiles you put out, because you can put out different tiles.
Yeah.
That is also nice because the game can be tailored to the style of the people playing it. You can play it so
Okay.
that they're less fighty-fighty or more fighty-fighty.
Yeah, fighty,
But it's a
fighty.
dual area control or area majority type of a game. Very, very smart. One that, like Abyss, has a different experience to what you see maybe on the table or in the box. Very good game. Like again, and with the new deluxe edition here, even better components, all kinds of expansions if you want to add them, or just the base game itself is terrific. Petrichor is a game that I think, as in maybe a few other games on my list, are not as well known. Definitely my type of game. Love some Petrichor.
Petrichor will not be in the box of games, but there will be.
Man, that's a shame because it's a great game.
Well, yeah, but there will be some neat games in there, some new stuff too.
All right.
So you went from spazzing on your first one to now you're going to be super calm.
I'm very calm. I'm always very calm.
Bye. Pull.
My number 9 was just on the people's list this last 10.
Whoa.
Okay?
Yeah, but he matched twice in a
I
row,
did.
so you cannot even come close.
Nice
to
try,
beating that.
Garcia. Nice try.
I'm okay with that. I don't need to surpass Mike DiLisio. In fact, I think
Why go for a
few men could.
Well, I'm glad someone said it.
You know? Many farm animals could. My number 9 is one of my absolute favorite two-player games of all time. This is 7 Wonders Duel.
Ooh, top
Baby,
10, huh?
this is fantabulous. So interesting, interactive, a wonderful mix of different end game conditions, all fighting for relevancy as you try to get the most victory points. But hey, wait, hold on. You might not need victory points if you blow your opponent away with a military victory. Or hey, my opponent's getting close to a military victory, but I might not care whatsoever if I can get the right science symbols and melt them into a
Science.
puddle of goo or something. I don't know exactly how that translates to what's going on in the game. So there's 3 ways in which the game can end, and they're all fighting. You're always trying to figure out which way things are going to go. The drafting is so great where you take a card, which might reveal 1 or 2 more to your opponent. So first shot goes to them on those. Especially in that last third age.
Yeah,
If they're going for that science win or the military win,
right.
you really don't want to reveal the wrong card at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's big.
And it is just tense. It's what you call a ratchet system.
It is not.
Oh, a
Don't
ratchet
mess
system.
up the-
TM.
It is not the ratchet
It's a
system.
new-
The tension ratchets up.
On the back of the box, this is a ratchet game.
That's
Zee
the
Garcia.
ARU, the attention ratcheting up quotient. That one I'm not going to try to make a thing.
Okay. I love it very much. The expansions are great as well. 7 Wonders Duel.
Do you have the metal?
Oh,
Military
I do have
token?
the medal with
All
the
right.
pudding. Yes, I do.
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
Okay.
Will we stop with this?
I have coins, metal coins.
Oh my goodness!
And then the metal shield, cross shields,
Yeah.
no, it's a shield and cross swords.
Right.
And then the metal Medusa or whoever, whatever, the temple
Yeah.
of someone.
Right.
That's metal.
So your version of Seven Wonders Duel has a retail value of $17,000.
Approximately.
Wow, that's impressive. Zee. If you're going
All
to
right.
go all in, go all in. That's
Let me
what I
get through
say.
these super chats real quick. Bruce from Indy. You know Bruce.
baby.
I know Bruce. We love
Andrew
Bruce.
from North Virginia, which is apparently different than the rest of Virginia.
Correct.
Rabbit Hole from Indy. That's 2 from Indy.
Indy,
Sean from
represent.
Washington. Humble Meeple. Hans from Taiwan. Brandon, Stefan, and Martin from Slovakia.
Nice.
Martin?
All right, my number 9 was number 9 last year, and it was number 9 also in 2020. In 2021, for some reason, was number 2. But man, do I love this game! Very good on the quick, snappy turns, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Snappy
we're
quick
bringing this back.
SQT?
SQT, snappy quick
Snappy
turns.
quick turns,
But
yeah.
also, it's rolling dice. This game, look, this game is one that I know you guys love Bad Company, and Bad Company is a
Oh, I know you're
fine,
number
fine
9.
game.
Okay.
But Space Base is like 10 times better.
I disagree.
I know you disagree, but man, you're so wrong. Space Base is so awesome because the whole game is exciting. Bad Company, it gets more interesting as it goes by, but Space Base, I'm like rolling dice, trying to get that 12, the you win card. Oh, it's so good.
You make a meal out of Space Base.
I didn't know where to stop eating at that one.
Okay.
It was about 10
I
minutes
may
ago.
have eaten too much Space Base today,
Okay.
but I really love this game. It's so much fun. I love teaching it. I think it's a great introductory game with the exception of a few cards. I did rip up one card in the Dice Tower Library's copy.
Yeah,
How many
all of
cards-
my top
I was gonna
10s
say,
are
how many-
games in it from which I removed cards.
No!
How many cards in Bad Company have you ripped
I don't
up and
care.
thrown out?
Let me think about that real quick. None, because it's perfect.
I don't care. I don't consider
can't,
any
man,
game perfect. I consider this game to be amazing despite that.
That's
Fantastic.
insane. None of my games in the top 10 need a card ripped up.
Well, I apologize that my games are that much better. No, the game. By the way, the card I ripped up was the one that makes everyone else lose 4 points. I think that's a dumb card.
Oh, that's one of the best cards in the game.
You know what I'm talking about.
It makes other people lose 4
4
points.
points.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't care if I win. I care if everybody else dies.
Fine. My number 9, Space Base. People's Choice number 9.
Better be murder in this.
This game has been on the list for like 11 years straight. Came on in 2012.
Okay.
The clue is brown.
Castles of Burgundy.
Yes.
Good call.
Oh!
Good
That's
call.
hilarious. I didn't know if you could get it from that.
I'll give you that one. That was good. That was good.
Castle of Burgundy, which, of course, later on this year, you'll see the gorgeous new production from Awakened Realms.
So many minis.
This is so weird. The one thing
So
I never thought I would see
many
in this hobby was
minis.
a deluxe miniature-filled version of Castles of Burgundy.
Look, though, it's interesting.
crazy,
Feld
right?
has fans and people who don't like his games, right? But this game, like when you say, what is Feld's best game? It's not even close.
Yeah, people will
Like
always.
people
seems
argue
to
over
be-
Kanitzka's
Yeah,
game
yeah,
and
for
stuff.
sure.
With Feld, this is the one that everybody talks well about. Yes, some people like Trajan, some people like,
I like
what's the one
Trajan.
that you just had?
Carpe diem.
Carpe Diem.
Diem.
But Castle of Burgundy is his power grid.
I like how this discussion of Castle of Burgundy immediately leads to Zee yawning. Yeah. It is an odd.
Take a quick night.
It is an odd turn of events, right? It's almost, it's not quite as odd as my copy of Go with the minis, but I understand what they're going.
With minis.
Yeah.
A 40K version of
Right,
Go.
exactly. Yeah.
That's the only way to play.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, your number 9, Castles of Burgundy.
Number 8, you say, Roy?
8.
Number 8. My number 8 2 years ago, for me, was number 1, gentlemen. And it's a game that is related to probably the biggest board game news in the last week. My number 8 is Scythe.
Is it because of Expeditions?
No. This list was made long before.
So now the fact that Expeditions is coming out to you, would you like to redo your list? Would you like to put Expeditions as your number 8?
I haven't played Expeditions, Tom.
Does it
I'm not
matter?
one of the lucky
Let's
few.
be fair. You're a huge poser. Does it matter? Have you even played Scythe?
I have the metal mechs inside.
List 5 facts about Scythe right now, right?
So, Scythe is a game that I still obviously have a huge amount of affection for. It's still in my top 10. It's a game that does so many things that I like. It does efficiency. It's a game that looks like this super aggressive troops on a map style game, and it really is not. It's a game where you're almost disincentivized to have combat. You have to be very careful about when, or even if you do choose to have combat. It's a game that uses a very clever scoring system. I really like where your reputation is going to determine the kind of multiplier for all of the other ways that you're going to score. There's a very strong race element to it. It looks absolutely stunning, and even the retail edition, the base retail edition of Scythe looks absolutely stunning and gorgeous on the table. So this game does so many things well. It's just I've played it a whole lot, and even with the fantastic Rise of Fenris expansion, I played through all that, kind of a campaign legacy-ish type thing. Still love it. I just don't play it as much as I used to. Now, I'm very excited about checking out what Expedition will add to it later on this year. But
it's its own thing, to be fair.
Absolutely
it's not an expansion.
No, it's a standalone, but it does make me excited about delving back into this world again. So my number 8 is Scythe, still a one of the games that really cemented my love for this hobby. And so it's always going to have a special spot in my heart for that reason.
Oh.
By the way, we passed 3,000 people watching.
Hello.
Whoa, nice.
All right, let's
Very
go.
nice.
You want the giant box of games? Get to it.
Yep.
My number 8 is not technically a brand new game, but it technically is a brand new game.
Okay.
It's also new in my top 10 because the precursor to this game was 15. It was on my list last year, actually, I see here. But it climbed up all the way into, from 15 to 8.
Okay.
What did I say about my last game? My favorite two-player
You
game?
said you were a poser, and it wasn't really that good of a
baloney,
game.
okay?
What? You already lied. It took you all of, 10 minutes?
That's a new record. 7
On
Wonders
how
Duel
long
is
it took.
dead.
That's right.
Because the new champ
Oh, I know what this is. Okay.
Oh, this is that one you
Caper.
give a 10 to.
is Caper Europe, okay?
Yeah, all right.
Caper Europe is fantastic. This, if it's funny,
Some people
actually.
thought this might have gone all the way up to your number 1.
I thought it could, yeah.
It might. It might. You never know. The video's not over yet. We'll see. It might show up.
Roy's not switching numbers.
This might show up again on the list, is what I'm saying. I just realized that I put them back to back because this, originally when I first played, the original Spanish version of it, it very much reminded me of Seven Wonders.
Sure.
Not Duel necessarily, but Seven Wonders, in which you are sort of drafting cards, this back and forth passing your hand. And it managed to do that in a two-player game incredibly well.
Yeah.
This push and pull, it has the tug-of-war style game that I like in a lot of two-player games, with drafting, which I like a lot, and then putting out these characters on your side of 3 locations and giving them gear to try to, again, win, to try to pull everything towards your side. This game is so incredibly well balanced. The artwork, the entire production is stunning, absolutely stunning, gorgeous game. But I love the gameplay in this, how simple and straightforward it is for how much fun and rewarding it becomes. I absolutely adore Caper Europe. If you're a fan of two-player games and you're still sleeping on this somehow, wake up, because I think you're really going to have a good time with this one. Caper Europe is lovely. And for me, straight up replaces the previous edition Caper, just because it's that much cleaner and loses nothing, I think, in that transition. There you go.
Also lovely is Michelle from Illinois.
That's right.
Frank from New Orleans. Boris from Serbia. Ali from the UAE. Fabiano Perez. Sebastian. Luke, who's coming on the cruise.
Luke.
Chimatic. Mark from Thailand. DV Damien, who says Cuba, then Miami. I think they're the same thing to him. Lucia from Slovakia. Daniel Pedro, and Nathan from the great country of Minnesota.
All right. My
My
goodness.
number 8 was number 7 last year. It's been on my list for 13 years now. It has been as high as number 2, and of all the games on my list, it is my most recently played game.
That's wild sauce.
It is Summoner Wars.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Just played it yesterday, actually.
Summoner Wars 2nd edition is what we're
Well,
talking
I
about.
think at this point,
What's available?
it's what's available. There comes a point where it's not always easy to say Summoner. I mean, there's no point
Yeah, we're in differentiating, really.
because this is the only one that you should be able to buy at this point. And also, if you bought Summoner Wars First Edition, it would still be on my list. I mean, I still like it. This one
But
is
it's
better
not.
and cleaner.
Because it's Summoner Wars 2nd edition that's on your list, right? Right.
Yes, it's the same thing. What's
Summoner Wars 2nd edition, folks.
Anyhow,
You got.
I play a lot of tactical games, and in fact, Roy and I played another tactical game yesterday. That was just we're like, it's just another 2-player tactical game. There's a lot of those.
Right.
Summoner Wars feels so fresh and different, and it's still like 12 years old. I really love the fact that you have a small deck of cards, which is pre-built. You can deck build a little bit, but you don't need to at all. A pre-built deck that's what you use to get your units out. The combat's very simple, very quick. There's actually a strategy. The factions are very balanced and also very, very different. So that is my number 9, 8, Summoner Wars.
I have yet to play Summoner Wars 2nd edition, Vasel. You've refused to teach me this. I've begged and begged.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
You keep denying me.
Number 8.
Eventually.
Here's your clue for number 8.
will
Okay, here
Number
we go.
8 for the people was number 8 last year and 248 the year before that.
Yeah? What is it?
Here's your clue. Dune Imperium.
It's Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Boom!
Oh my goodness, that's not fair.
Fire!
That's not fair. That's a lousy clue.
Did you not get it?
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is amazing to me.
Was Dune already on the list?
I think so.
It was not already on the
Oh,
list.
it will be later then.
You don't know that.
Oh.
Stop trying to guess
I
things.
know that. How about this? If Dune Imperium is later on the list, Tom's giving away a box of games. How about that?
Another one?
No,
No.
not
saying
another
that.
one.
Calm down. Whoa.
Not another one. Just
same
the one we were
box.
talking about before.
Okay. Anywho, if you're wondering about that, you gotta scroll back and find where that contest is in this episode.
Yeah.
If you just showed up, you're missing out. Anyway, Arnak, this one is very, very popular, still getting played.
Yes.
It's one of my most blinged out games. I have some really cool
It is.
upgrades and things that I put into this one.
Okay.
It is deck building mixed with going out and exploring, mixed with moving up tracks. So,
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't think there is a single original component in our copy of Lost Ruins of Arnak. I think he replaced the cards
I did not replace
with
the cards.
with a super thin slate. They're actually made of rock.
Can you imagine slate cards?
I can, yeah.
When I was a kid, I went to they took us on a field trip to where a slate mine type
Okay.
thing, and I was so impressed by it. I don't know why I brought that story up.
He
But
3D printed a box.
I did not.
The dice that don't exist are made of from Etsy. What do we got here? Hey, Dan Thompson.
Oh, well, I'll cross that name off the list.
There you go.
Dan
Said it.
Thompson rocks!
That's
Well, I
right.
might as well get Oscar from Estonia and say hi to
Sure.
him, Edgardo, and Greg from Portland, the great country of Portland. Okay, anyway, the people's
love it.
choice is Lost Ruins of Arnak.
There you go.
Well,
Tom, look what you have wrought. Look what you hath wrought. We're
hang on, I missed one. Go back up.
yeah.
Keep going. All right, what do you got? What have I brought?
You've wrought a whole lot of live chat. All right, my number 7 is a game that, let's see. Wow, it has steadily, 2 years ago, this game was number 53 on my list. It's all the way up.
How, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
When did it get good?
Well, you know what? It was probably released 2 years ago because Mike's stuff comes in hot.
Maybe it did. It's within the last few years. It may have been 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, but it rose from
It's
there
risen
to...
terrifically, and part of it is that
Precipitously.
they've released they've released new content, and I just Cthulhu Death May Die is such a good game. You know what? Like I did not the first time I remember the first play of this. It was in the old
I
studio.
remember.
It was with
You and I were both like, it's so crowded on the board.
we were getting caught up. We were in, look, that
A
critical
bad mood.
No, we were in that critical reviewer mode, right? Where we were like, okay.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, that is a great picture.
Oh my gosh.
We were caught up in the minutia, and I think that it didn't allow me to just get in the. This is a joyride. This is a popcorn movie type of a game. And it is so much smart, like the best popcorn movies, you know, like Tremors or something like that. It's so much smarter than it first appears.
Yes.
This game
so you're saying Tremors is a smarter movie?
It is.
Than it first appears?
Than it first appears, 100% it is.
All right, just want to be clear.
There's a lot of
best
movies
ones
like
ever made,
that,
okay.
and this game is like that. It is a game that is run up and punch Cthulhu in the mouth,
That's how you
right?
do it.
It's ridiculous. But it also is laser honed and streamlined. I can't think of what they could take out of this game.
Mm-hmm.
You take a great old one, you take an episode, you mash those components together, you get out a few tiles, and you just go to town. And it has such a great arc to it, where you start off and you're just figuring out, okay, what can I do? And as you get more damaged and have the tentacles come up, it makes you stronger. And so at the end, you're rolling a whole handful of dice, and the great old ones are rolling big handfuls of dice. And it always seems to come down to, whether you win or lose, more often lose, this just epic moment. And I just am continually impressed with this game. It's a game I've played a lot, and I have not tired of it at all. I'm still excited to play it. Cthulhu Death May Die, a really fantastic cooperative game. There
All
you
right.
go.
Is this a crossover with your number?
No.
7?
No, it's not. I'm trying to see what my number 7, what number it was, but it's certainly come up. I'm trying to see if I can spot it here. Oh, no, it was in my top 10 last year, but it continues to rise. My number 7 is, again, one of those games, like Mike just said, that I do not tire of. And yes, certainly the extra content has helped, but it is very easy to throw it on the table and get going. This is Marvel United.
You like this more than me, even.
I like this more than you, okay?
You like this more than
Okay, no, you do
Seema.
not like this more than me.
I like this.
I just like my games more than you like your games.
Correct. I'm actually not much of a gamer.
This is true.
We'll be cutting that and using that later on in the,
I'll give you a
deposition.
I'll give you a cleaner cut.
Like, see?
Gaming sucks! My number 7, Marvel United is fantastic. I do love the simplicity. And I say that in quotation marks because I actually don't think this game is that simple.
Yeah.
This is one of those systems that what appears to be sort of straightforward rules sort of belies the depth that is hidden there under the surface.
They're doing Maximum Carnage. Yes.
Maximum Carnage is really where it's at. You know what I mean?
It's a terrible series in the comics.
When I play Maximum Carnage, my rating will go up. You can count on that.
It can only go up a little.
Yeah, but it will. Again, pick a few heroes, pick a baddie, set up your board, you're ready to go. And all the shades within that is really what makes the game. I have always a blast with this. Solo, 2, 3 player. I'm down. I enjoy this very, very much.
All right.
More than Tom.
Shout out to Jonathan from Montreal, Michael from Indy, Richard from Kansas
Mike
City.
from Indy.
Thank you, Central North America. To Kasudo from Israel, to Chimeric, to Lee from Venora. I'm not sure what that means.
Manara. That's where you stack ties.
Joshua from Yachoid. Wait, what am I even writing
What
now?
are you doing?
You're not right.
I don't think
Colin from Minnesota.
you're writing with your offhand, I think.
Why did I write YAW?
It's from
Y'all.
the YMCA. He's from the YMCA. He
Y'all.
Thank you, Joshua. All right, my number 7 is brand new to the list.
What?
That's because, actually, I feel the exact way about this game as you feel about Cthulhu Death May Die.
Okay.
Sometimes I just want to just have fun.
Oh, I know what
and
this
kick
is.
the door down. This is easily my favorite dungeon crawl, and that is Massive Darkness 2,
That is
which
amazing.
I'm really irritated of its name. Massive Darkness 2,
No.
Hellscape. It just...
Yeah, I still haven't played this,
is
man.
mind-blowing to me, Tom. I'm so happy that you've discovered another dungeon crawl kind of game that you are having this much fun with.
I am, right? I mean,
You know what
because
I
there's
mean?
so
Right.
many...
I don't normally feel happiness for you.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, well-
But I do for this. I do. I really do. I'm content for you.
Yeah.
Well, so Descent 3rd Edition was a big disappointment for me because I felt like they there's some interesting ideas and there's some cool stuff, but it was overwrought.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of these games that these dungeon crawls I like, Chronicles of Dronagor, and there's a lot that I like, but they're always overwrought. Massive Darkness was like, hey, do you just want to roll dice and have fun?
I do.
And they made all the different factions. I mean, not factions,
classes,
different
I
classes.
guess.
Really different.
Yeah.
You're playing your own little mini game, and it's just so much fun. And the plug and play.
Yeah.
Marvel United.
It's like Merchant's Cove, but good, finally. Yeah.
Okay. I'll remember.
I
that,
agree
Zee.
with the but good part.
Well, it has different. All the players have their own thing they do. It's like a mini game you play, but fun.
Okay, Z. Challenge
Okay.
accepted.
So let's go with the people's choice. Here's your clue for
I'll
today.
tell you what it's not going to be. Merchant's Cove.
Number 7
Yeah.
for the people.
Is it Caper Europe? No.
it's
No.
been-
Give me a break. Give me a break. Come on.
It's been on the list for 4
How about
years
this?
straight out.
I'll give you $5,000 right now if this is Caper Europe.
Oh,
We'll split it. We're splitting it.
Darn
Caper
it. Flaw in my logic.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Roy, help me,
take
save
that.
me.
The number 7 for
is
the people.
it?
The clue
I
is
don't have $5,000. No, come on!
Yes.
I am definitely losing track of everything going on.
Okay, what is it, Tom? The
Cute.
people- It's cute. Then it's-
Flamecraft?
No,
Okay.
Everdow.
Yes, Everdow.
Z,
Boom.
you're wrecking me on
I
this
know,
one,
right?
man.
Today I'm
This
doing
was
very
5
I'm
last
sorry.
year on the
I had a
People's
little
Choice.
bit of fear about that $5,000. That's what got.
That's
what
what
got
it
me.
was. Yeah.
It was 5 last year, 6 the year before that. So basically, in the same spot. This just knocks the door down. It keeps what's this company? Starling Games in business. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
I really
you go
like
by their
Everdow.
booth and they're like, "We have Everdow, a few other games, but also Everdow."
You really like Everdell. I really like Everdell. The people really like Everdell.
So
Tom?
this game is.
I like it. I just don't. I'm not in love with it. Okay, we had a good date once, and that was enough.
You
Everdow
should have put a
is-
ring on it when you had a chance.
Everdell is an evergreen for in the hobby right now. This is a bit of an evergreen.
It is, yes.
At
doing
this
very
point,
well.
I just want to apologize. There's no way we're gonna be able to say all the super chats because I can't
We
keep up with
can't.
them.
There's
But we
just
have
so
one
many.
from Jedi Milan, Koala from BC. That's British Columbia.
koala?
And Tabletop Shop. You play Sue Stop at the Tabletop Shop. Here we.
I like to stop at the
That's pop.
tabletop shop. I like to stop at the tabletop shop. Roy, help me. I like to stop at the table.
Oh my gosh.
I just keep painting myself into corners
I
over
know
here.
you do. You know, you need people to keep rescuing you.
That's what it is. All right, my number 6 is a game that has my favorite theme in gaming. It's still not overdone. I don't think this is a post-apocalyptic theme. And it is a game that if you've ever played Fallout Shelter, that little video game, I think it's an app video game, this, even more so than the official game Fallout Shelter, best embodies that feel. My number 6 is Outlive. This
Oh
is a
my
really,
goodness.
yeah. This is a fantastic worker placement game that has heavy interaction because your workers have particular strengths on them and you are kind of vying for these spots. There's not a whole lot of worker placement spots on that main board. And if you have a stronger worker than somebody else who's already there, you basically take some of their stuff. Because look, this is, every person for themselves in the post-apocalypse. And you're going out and you're scavenging for metals and water, which is a very precious resource. And you're doing all these things and you're building rooms in your Fallout shelter and trying to attract the most survivors, and that's going to be the winner of the game. Is the player who has built the most successful Fallout shelter, essentially, that has allowed people to kind of go there, and you have to deal with these events every round that can really cause all kinds of problems. Fantastic theme. Again, a very super tight worker placement element that I like so much, and a very kind of unique way of having to care. Like the upkeep, which I usually hate in Euro style games, is a huge plus in this game. Kind of like dealing with, okay, how am I going to utilize these resources? You know what I mean? A lot of times it's something that I don't like. In Outlive, I absolutely love kind of that upkeep aspect of the game. This is another one that, since I've talked about it so much over the years, I've taught this game a lot to people at conventions, and I think I've turned a lot of people onto it as well. So, I have found that part of my enjoyment of
It
games
is fun, Mike. Thanks for teaching it. We'll play it always.
part of the fun that I have in games is being able to turn other people onto games. You know what I mean? And if their enjoyment helps.
I like to force people to have fun with me.
Correct. Likes to increase my enjoyment. The people that
You're
heard
trapped at
that
this table.
heartfelt, real thing will know what I'm talking about.
You don't need to double
this
down
That's
here.
me too.
Nonsense.
You want to feel your heart? Sit down and play this game.
All I'm going to say is you have no place in my shelter. My number 6.
Oh, man.
You can come in the shelter. It's all
All
right.
right, sweet.
My number 6 is Outlive.
I've played this game, I think once, maybe twice. And it's weird because I forget that you like it so much, but maybe I should try it again because I don't remember it making that big of an impact.
I remember
Or impression, I should say.
I remember you thinking that you were surprised you liked it more than you thought you would.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I should just try it again. It might make my top 100. You never know.
It's a French Euro
Well,
with
you'll
a
be
theme
forced
you
to play
like.
it,
I don't
so-
know
I know.
why.
I don't know why either because
Yeah.
I've never thought, I don't think of it is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what hurts it a little bit now in retrospect? For some reason in my head, I don't really confuse it. I guess I group it with that Paris Eden game.
Oh, gosh, no.
That sucked.
Yeah, no, it's nothing like that.
They're nothing like it, like each other, but they're both French, both
Am I the only person who likes
post-apocalyptic.
the Paris Eden game? I like that game fine.
100% you're the only person, okay? The designer
It's rated
publicly...
It's rated a 1.2
not-
on BGG.
I don't- No, Paris Eden is fine. I like it. That's a dice one, right?
I don't know. I've already forgotten it.
Yeah, I don't remember what
As
game.
soon as I say the name, I forget it.
Oh, my
Here
word.
we go. My number 6 has been on Mike's list, I'm pretty sure. Probably the people's. I don't know. It's a fantastic game. It is my favorite game from, my favorite designer.
5 Tribes?
Cinco Tribes.
Yeah!
Bruno Catala did not crack the top 5 of Zee Garcia.
That's correct.
No.
Story at 10.
No.
Canizia, all 5 spots taken by force.
That'd be
After being
fantastic.
forced to play the games with Mike.
That'd be fantastic.
I'm sending a telegram, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, we're back in the 30s.
I don't know what's going on. 5 Tribes. Mike already talked about it a good amount a couple videos ago. Solid Mancala-style game. I love the different sort of interactions and places you can gather points from. I really do like that. And you do a little bit of a few different things, you know. But I do like that you're bidding for place for when you get to take a turn.
Turn order, yeah.
Your coins are points. So don't bid too aggressively or you're giving up points.
That one thing actually drops it the slightest bit
Oh
for
my
me.
gosh,
I like the game
love
fine.
that.
but
Really?
I love that.
I struggle with that.
As well you
I
should.
think a lot of people overbid in this game. That's part of the problem.
Yes.
Okay? But I really do like that. Sometimes I want to make sure I'm first. So I'm willing to throw a few points at that to make sure I'm first. It's much more important later in the game.
Yeah.
I agree on that when there's less stuff out there.
Yeah, so
That
I
way I
like
can bid
that.
high to go first and then miss an obvious move.
Yeah. So I like that. I like the characters all sort of behaving in their own way, giving you points from different things. I like the interaction in this game because it's not too nasty, but there are a lot of things that you can affect other players by doing. There's a little bit of nastiness. One of the character types are assassins.
Yeah.
So you can definitely, you can kill someone, a little character in front of somebody else. But that's a move that's rarely done, honestly. Normally you do that to try to control the board. There's just a lot of emergent strategies in this game. And I really do enjoy that emergent gameplay that comes from a fun, randomized setup in 5 Tribes. It's just Euro game. Mwah. My number 6.
All right, thank you to John Neve, to Ray from the Netherlands, to Raphael from Tulsa, from AM from this great country of New Jersey, Lee Hughes, Corey Brown, and Mike Chaplin. All right.
So many folks.
My number 6 was number 8 last year.
It went up.
It did go up. This is an amazing game. It is my it's my second most taught game this year. I teach this everywhere I go, especially when I have 5 players. It's an amazing 5-player game, and everyone in the world, except for Z, likes it, and that is Nidavellir. I like it that much.
Wow,
It was
look
up
at
to
that.
10?
Nice.
I love this game.
My goodness.
And what's
Okay.
funny is there's 2 expansions, and I think the expansions are fine. I don't care if I play them or not. I think the base game is that good.
That's
I
terrific.
really like it. This game is just amazing. Man, I played it so many times and I'm not sick of it yet.
Yeah.
It's not even that, there's a big discussion now about like how much differentials, how many different ways a game can be set up and all.
Right.
But I think this one has all those different leaders. I'm like, I'll take this leader this turn.
Yep.
Such a great game.
It really
I
is.
love Nidavellir. My number 6. Your number 6. You ready for the clue?
Yeah.
This is the second year it's been on the list.
Okay.
Mike, are you ready? Because Zee's been kicking you.
He has been. I'm ready.
Okay. Arnak.
Dune Imperium. Yeah, baby. There's a dreadnought all up in your grill.
So, Dune Imperium was 11 last year and 178 the year before that.
Yeah.
3 years ago, they had both just come out. Dune
Just
Imperium
come out,
and Lost Ruins of Arnak. So they were 248, 178, but they both shot up. Dune
It's
Imperium.
amazing that both of these are in the top 10. Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty strong, too. We saw this game being played consistently on the cruise. It's every convention I go to, there's people playing this game, and they like it. And I think we're going to see a resurgence this year when the second half of the movie comes out.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah. Although I get the strong impression that most people are not playing this because of the IP.
No, I agree on that. I
You know
think
what I
that the game is that good. You don't
It
have
has
to like
surpassed
Dune.
the license.
It really has.
Yeah, which is nice.
It is.
You can enjoy it if you like the movie and the license,
Sure.
but yeah, you don't have to, it seems.
So that's the People's Choice number 6, Dune Imperium. We'll have that discussion later because that's so wrong.
That is
And I
wrong.
saw that in the chat. Camilla said that she likes Arnak better than Dune Imperium. And even Mike isn't that wrong. Even Z.
Even Z.
I had to quick say
Roy,
that.
even you? Even you.
Oh, I know where Roy stands
Roy
on
hates
that one.
Arnak. All right. I don't think that's true. My number 5 is a game that has been mentioned by Tom, I believe for sure. Probably the people as well.
Nidavellir.
I don't.
I mentioned it. It was my
No, I don't
It was
think-
my 86.
I don't
Did you look at everyone's list? I feel like there's some shadiery going on.
It was my
here.
86, Mike.
I don't
No,
think
it's not
it
my
was.
86. Dang it.
My number 5 is Raiders of the North Sea, a fantastic worker placement game that does a nice little unique twist on it where you place a worker and do the action at that location, and then you pick up a different worker and do the action of its location. In addition to that, you've got different types of workers that are colored differently, and certain spots will only allow you to go there if you have that particular type of worker. It also has kind of this nice thematic integration in that the beginning of the game, at least the first third, if not closer to the first half, you are building up, you're building your crew, you're gathering your resources to go out on these raids. And so that thematically is very nice. The base game in and of itself would not be at number 5. It would still be in my top 100. But if you add in both of the expansions, it's firmly entrenched in my
It's
top
funny
10.
because I feel that way both about Raiders and Champions of Midgard.
Yeah, that's
they're not
true.
really comparable games
They're
other
not.
than you go out and raids and stuff.
Right.
But they both are so much better with expansions.
They really
They are
are.
the Dune and Arnak of their time.
They are indeed.
Champions needs death and Raiders needs
Mead.
beer.
It needs mead.
A mead.
Yep,
Okay,
you
sorry.
gotta have that mead. You gotta have those
Someone's
yarls.
gonna be like, beer and mead
So-
are not the same thing.
They are not. But Raiders of the North Sea is a game that just does everything well. It plays in a perfect amount of time. It's easy to teach. It's good across all player counts. I absolutely adore Raiders of the North Sea. Just a spectacular design. I don't see this leaving my top 100 for a long, long time, if ever.
Mike, how many Garfield games are in your top 100?
So, Raiders. This is, of course, the highest. Architects.
I'm actually surprised at this. I did not think this would be your highest.
Yeah.
I really thought
Yeah.
it was Architects.
Raiders,
I thought so
Architects,
too.
Paladins. Viscount still was in there.
And the new one, Wayfarers.
And Wayfarer, so 5.
I predict next year Wayfarers will be the second highest.
I It's going to have to
Third.
fight with paladins. Yeah, it's going to
It's
be
going
tough.
to beat paladins.
We'll
If
see.
there's anything,
No.
A Wayfarer always beats a paladin. This isn't a D&D book. I saw it.
And Noah is
okay.
asking if this is easy to learn from the app. It's one of the best board game apps out there.
I also agree.
And yes, it's very easy to learn
Mike
from
is
the
right
app.
about everything right now.
Thank you.
Maybe I should play this app.
Oh, have you not played it on What's Happening? It's terrific. It's a really good one.
Maybe I will. Maybe I
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
All right. Let's see. My number 5 is the app I'll be playing on WhatsApp. No, it's not. I wish there was an app
Marvel
for this.
Snap!
I wish there was an app for this one. This is a game I've championed for a long time. It's a big game. It's a big Kickstarter, all of that. But it does not do as well and did
Sorry.
not do as well.
The Apple Watch told me to stand.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
And
If
that's
I
not
knew
important, whatever
that
you're
we
talking
were, beholden to what our watch tells me, this would be a whole different type of stream. I can tell you that.
about. What is your watch telling you to do?
You got that Android watch, don't you? Okay. Yes.
It's telling me to do something to Tom right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do
yeah, I'll
it.
hold
I'm going to
him.
exercise restraint. Also, I don't have that type of weapon.
What are you...
I don't know what's happening, okay? Does Mike seem like someone who is giving into his sins? It seems that way.
Oh, that's right. I have the sin
This is that high.
of envy.
that
This is
high.
your... So he has Dead May Die,
Yeah.
Massive Darkness, and you have The Others.
The others, yeah.
That's right. The Others is my number 5. Again, not the one that got a lot of love from Simon.
You're
Simon has
right.
a lot of games, and a lot of them get, great amounts of love. Some do not.
This is not a popular theme.
This
I
is-
think that's what it is.
But they do a lot of these dark
They do.
themed
These
games. You know what I
horror,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, but most themes
Zombicide
don't
is a
have
little.
something just called, like, greed and gluttony.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I
Oh,
get
yeah,
that.
but hate gets less love than
That's
this one
true. It
does.
does,
It
yes.
does, yeah. This one is, I think, a wonderful design. It's a game that is really a little smaller than it looks like
Yes.
it is. It's much like some of the other games from the same designer that came out much later, like Ankh. This isn't quite to that level where Ankh, you look at it and you go, big epic monsters fighting for raw. And you're like, oh, wait, you play that game and you go, it's like a Euro game. It's like
Right,
an
it's like
area
chess.
control Euro game. This isn't quite to that level of deception, I'll call it. But it's on the way. It really is a lot more tactical, a lot more of a plan and calculate and figure out how you're going to pull off a win than big, dumb, stupid, me roll dice kind of game, And I like that combination. I like a game that manages to give me actually both of those. I don't feel like I'm just doing whatever I can, but I still can just be like, I'm walking in here and punching your guy in the face. Love that. This game is just incredibly fun. The best all versus one game ever made. Number 5.
My favorite aspect of this game, I've mentioned this before, maybe the last time we did this list, is just the feeling you have on either end. If you are playing as the faith, is it the faith side?
Faith
Yeah,
is
whatever.
the name of the institution,
Right.
yeah.
The idea that every time you take an action, that Sin player can do a reaction.
Yeah.
Just that feeling of I want to do this, but what are they going to do? And then as the Sin player, being able to give people that feeling that
Yes.
they know you're just looking, every time that they're getting ready to do something, you're just looking at your card. That's a great thing.
Yes, I agree.
All right, thank you to Nishant, to Roman Solar, to Jason in Ontario, to Stuato, to Omar Hernandez, to Ole or Ali from the Nordic countries, I guess all of them.
Okay.
And to Christopher. And to Nathan from Quebec City, Canada. Okay, quick thing going on here. Since we have almost 4,000 people watching, I
Okay.
should mention that in just over a week, the online registration for Dice Tower West will close.
Oh, boy,
We're going to
yeah.
be there in a month. It's going to be fantastic. But if you want to come, you could. Here's the thing. You don't even have to buy an online ticket. You can come at the door. There's going to be plenty of tickets at the door. They
Yeah.
cost $20 or $30 more. So it makes more sense to register online.
Sure.
Because you can use that $20 or $30 to buy, like, I don't know, a meal or a game or something
A
like that.
game, yeah. Okay, no.
I'm kidding
No,
about the
eating
meals.
is optional.
Dice Tower West, we're all going to be there. There's well over 2,000 other people going to be there. A gigantic library, hot games room, and more. DicetowerWest.com. You have less than a week if you're going to do it online.
Yes.
Okay, my number five
Five.
was 5 last year also. This was once briefly, my number 1, but I still love this game. And this has been a great top 10 if you own the company CMON.
Oh,
This
my
is
goodness.
Project Elite.
Wow.
Man, this game is super fun. Every time I play it, I have a blast because we're just sitting there. It's a cooperative game. It's timed, but it's timed in short bursts. And then just piles and piles of aliens pour through the door and you fight them all off. I used to be the only person in Dice Tower that liked this, but now Camilla's here, so.
I still just haven't played it.
Well, I know y'all like it, but we both love it. All right, we love it.
All right.
I don't love that cover, though. I don't know why that cover's not mad for me. But, man, the aliens are coming. You're rolling dice. You're taking models, miniatures, and literally throwing them off the board. You are.
Yeah, no, I know.
And
I know.
who cares?
I am. I mean, I do that even if I'm not playing.
That's correct.
Z just walks up. He's dead.
That's it.
I'm like, thanks. That was a big giant monster. Came in and helped us.
I like the help. Deus Ex Monster Chucker.
Lots and lots of fun. This never gets boring because I played the same scenario many, many times. And if you want, you can just change another scenario. It can be very hard. It can also be okay. It's very easy to change the level in this
I do
one.
like
for me.
that. I do like that.
So, Project Elite, amazing game. My number 5. People's Choice number 5.
Crossover with me.
No, I don't. You think this game is okay?
All right.
It's been on the People's Choice list for 4 years, and the clue here is upgrade.
Beyonce.
What?
Can't be that.
Upgrade. Scythe?
Upgrades necessary.
Oh, Quacks.
That's right.
Oh, geez.
Quacks of Claningberry, you gotta upgrade it, right?
You
Yeah.
have to upgrade it.
You don't have to,
It's
but-
unplayable out of the box.
That's correct.
That's not quite true, but it definitely is one that people like to play. So this game blows my mind how popular it is. We had 3 copies in the Dice Tower library for a while, and the pieces were worn out, and those were the upgraded pieces.
Yeah.
This game, and in all honesty, there's not a lot of choices in the game. I love it too, so I'm with you all. But you buy a chip each turn, or maybe 2, and throw them in the bag. That's your choices, and then your choice is pull or don't pull.
When to stop,
You know, that's it.
It's the
and
same
I think
choice as like
people
don't,
like
can't
that.
stop or whatever,
It's that push your luck. It's very, very clean. Push your luck. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It has a little bit of the catch-up mechanism to, the little micey that
so
kind
this
of keep
was
you from going
7
too far
last
down.
year.
Oh, right.
5 the year before that, so it went back up to number 5. It debuted at 23.
This is one of those games that to me that I'm like, why? Like, what about it's fun.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's not a fun game. I personally, though, I'm not sure I see how this climbs up to be the 5th most popular game ever.
I'm a bit surprised too. Push Your Luck is very popular. It's hard to not like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess that being married to a little bit more of a game maybe is what does it. It can't be the theme, right? The theme doesn't come through. It's not the art. The art is fine, but it's not anything.
You're right. And none of that. It's the gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfgang Warsh just knows how to get that thing that people come in. Like, I'm not a big fan of the mind
It's the
either.
delivery system.
Yes.
Full circle.
It just comes
Full
around,
circle.
yes.
All righty. Let's keep going.
All right, my number 4 was new to my list last year, and it is up 31 spots to be in my number 4 game of all time. This is a game that is so good that it made me change my opinion of an entire genre of board games that I used to think that I was so at best on, and now I have to say,
Can you tell us the genre?
I could tell you the genre is hidden movement.
Jeez, Mike.
This game is stellar. My number 4 is Mind Management.
Oh, I almost said Sniper Elite, but then I forgot.
That's what I thought it was
No,
too.
I like
Sniper Elite
Okay,
is
okay,
also
okay,
great.
okay.
It didn't
No,
make my
Sniper
top
Elite's
100.
great, but Mind
That's what
Management,
I thought. I
Yeah.
forgot mind management. Yeah.
No, this game absolutely knocks me out. It continues to knock me out. It's a game that I love playing as both sides, either as the mind management agent who is, trying to hide along the throughout the city of Zanzibar, or as the rogue agents that are trying to find them. Both of those roles are super fantastic. I love the aesthetic of the game, which is going to be very divisive. I get that, but I love it. I love the shift system that has been implemented in this game, which is essentially if you are playing with the same group of people, you don't ever have to use it, but if you're playing with the same group of people and you find that one side or the other is winning consistently, you add in a shift module and it makes it a little bit more tilted to the other side.
Okay.
A super smart way to handle a game like this where if you've got, 4 on 1 and those 4 collectively are just crushing on the 1, you can do very easily ways to kind of tilt that to make it a little bit more balanced.
Like that.
This game introduced me to an entire kind of side of graphic novels I wasn't aware of either, and I've become a huge fan of the author and artist Matt Kint of Mind Management. And
That's actually the best thing of the game for me too, is reading through that graphic novel. It's a really interesting series.
A fantastic series, and I think they're making it into a Netflix show or something actually, eventually. At least that's what they were talking about. Wouldn't that be great?
That's gonna be brutal.
I know, but this game has just really rocketed up my esteem list. It's by far my favorite of these hidden movement games. I've played a fair number of them now, especially. And also, oddly enough, they put out an app where you can play this solo. So if you're a solo player, there's not very many.
You play both sides. Where am I?
No, you play as the rogue agents. You're trying to find, but there's not many of these types of games that you can play solo, and it's done very well. They've even implemented the shift system. So, Mind Management is just a terrific achievement, a fantastic game based off of a fantastic graphic novel. If you have any interest in comics or graphic novels, I'd also recommend that as well. My number 4, Mind Management.
Okay, so Mind Management has an app and Raiders has an app.
Yep.
I need to check those out. There you go.
Yep.
Psych!
No, now you'll need the physical game for the app.
What?
We have it in the library, but it basically runs the agent for you.
Well, that's not what I do. You know what I mean? That's
take
not
it
what
off.
I do.
Take it
off. What is this trash?
That's half an app, Mike.
Yeah.
Half an app.
Jeez, I don't like physical games. My number 4.
Does it run the bad guys or the good guys?
What's that? Well, who's the bad guy, Tom? Who's the good guy?
That's
Who's the bad guy?
interesting.
No,
That is
it's really
interesting.
clear.
That's an interesting question.
Are you
Okay,
just trying to drag out?
my number.
Everything you
yeah,
thought you knew, you don't
Okay,
know.
my number 4 was my 49 last year.
Woo! So that's a pretty
Man.
big jump. That means you're liking this one a lot more. Was it new last year, you think?
No, I did no.
Okay, so I'm saying it's not a newish game that's just rising. You
It's
have,
not like
you have a
it's newish.
resurgence in like for this game.
Let's call it that. Sure, yeah.
No, I mean you're liking it more.
The first time I played this game, I didn't even like it.
Is this the same as his?
Mind Management? No.
No,
he
not
didn't
Mind
like Mind
Management.
Management.
The Cthulhu thing.
No.
Death May
Death May
Die.
Die.
No,
Have you
it's
had
not.
that on your list already?
No.
It's going to be there, though. Oh,
No.
boy. No? Yeah, it will.
No. Shut up. Here's the funny thing. This is my number 4. I'm not the person who likes it the most in this office.
What game does Camilla
You guys will
love?
never guess.
Okay, Spirit Island and Obsession.
No, not interested in either of those.
No, it's not those. And so I'm taking Camilla.
And
'cause-
Chris.
What is Chris? There's something Chris loves that Zee also loves?
I don't think so. Or Roy even? Oh, I know what this is. This is Marvel Champions.
Well, yes, because there's no one who likes the game more than Marvel Champions than
Wow.
Roy. You cannot.
No.
If it was your number 1, Roy's would still
Yeah,
be
that
higher.
took me a minute, but
Correct.
yeah, once it clicked,
Roy likes this game more than Caleb Grace.
he does.
That's true.
Fun fact, Roy is Caleb Grace. It's a pseudonym.
Who's Caleb Grace?
The designer, man.
One of them.
One of the
Anyway,
designers.
yes, Marvel Champions is my number 4. This is now my top living card game. I really, really like it. I've been playing it a lot more. It's a lot easier to bring this to the table than Arkham Horror. It's really kind of not really what it is. It's partly what it is. It's a lot easier. I can just shuffle up the baddie, throw a modifying deck in there, like something that modifies that deck, shuffle that up, grab my character, which I can deck build or not, just crack one open, bam, it's ready to go, and play against them. It's fantastic at 1 player, great at 2. It also works at 3. I don't really want to play with more than 2. But at 2, it is wonderful. And even so, like I said, it really is a tremendous game. This is not one, like in Marvel United, which I mentioned, I can definitely run more than one character, and in fact, I often do run 3 characters in Marvel United.
Right.
I play. It's cooperative, so I can do that.
Sure.
You can do whatever you want. in any
Marvel
game.
Champions. I have played a 2-handed game. If I just want, because it is really a little bit better at 2 players or two characters, but that's a much trickier proposition.
There's
This
a lot
game is
to
not
account
light.
for, yeah.
There's a lot going on in this game.
This is 2 Marvel games in his top 10.
I'm well aware.
100%.
No,
and
that is 20%. Learn your math.
here's the thing. This is not my last Marvel game in my top 10.
Comic Hunters, baby!
You just hang on. My number 4, Marvel Champions.
No way. All right. Thank you to Richwar from Wyoming. Genway, who
Richard?
really is loving on
Genway!
Iowa and the corn
Iowa,
there.
not
He calls it
Iowa.
corny. Corey Lovek from Montana. And also as a special shout out, it is soon, like today or tomorrow or the next day, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Christina Wallace's birthday.
All right.
That's
Well,
tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Christina Wallace. Happy birthday, you're young.
Yeah.
And many more. All right,
People's Choice.
my number 4.
I'm going to skip yours.
My number 4 is, well, everyone knows it's on my list because I played this game more than almost any other game in existence
Cosmic
over the past
Encounter.
year.
Oh, I know what this is.
And it is
Ready, set, bet.
I love it.
Jeez.
I love
This is the first time it's on the list because it's new, right?
Yeah.
It is new, yes.
Yeah, it's brand
And
new.
it
It
made
came
it
out
up to
last
number
week.
4.
I love this game. Look, this is not a game, though, that people be like, do you really like it that much? I feel like I've proven that.
No,
Not only that,
no.
and I'm not asking this as a got you. You've never played this
I
as the better, have
I
you?
have played this multiple times as the better.
have?
Yes, I have.
Were you also running the game?
As the better? No,
Yes, you
no,
were
no,
doing
no,
both.
no, no.
That's
Have you
what you were
ever
doing.
played this game? That's
Now,
what
look,
Mike is
I
asking.
like it both ways. I definitely like being the guy running the horses better.
Yeah.
But I like it both ways. I don't
Okay.
care. It is so much fun. And even if I only did like it as the better, I still think that would be legit because it's like saying D&D is my favorite thing and I'm always running it, as the DM.
Can I ask you a follow-up question, Tom?
I'm really worried, but yes.
Have you ever been to a horse track before?
I have.
Okay.
But it was because there was a board game. It was in Korea, and there was a board game outdoor little convention right next to the track.
Okay.
So I walked. You were actually able to stand by the fence and see the horses and buy board games.
Did you? Did you?
I did not bet on horses.
I'm just
Can you
curious. It's not right.
imagine
It's
if you
legal, I
had
think.
Ready, set, bet back then,
Oh
Tom?
my goodness.
What a perfect day that could have been.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a different man today if you had ready, set, bet.
This game, folks, is just
Gosh.
a fun, fast, furious party style. Everyone's betting. You don't need someone to call out the horse numbers. There's a great app for it. Come to Dice Tower West. We're running a ready, set, bet mega tournament there.
With real, well, is that legal? No, with horses.
You're in Vegas. I mean, I'm pretty
Can
sure.
you imagine? I'm like, see, I need you to dress up like a horse. I need you to run around.
Oh my gosh.
It's
no,
no.
Tom, there's a-
We've
No.
tried something like that once at one convention.
Yeah.
And we should never do that again.
No, it really, plus, it was not a flattering outfit on me. Let's be fair.
It's no royal turf, but it's all right.
All right. Anyway, my number 4. The People's Choice number 4 has been on the list for 7 years.
Yeah.
3 years in a row it was number 1.
Oh my
Now
goodness.
it's been relegated to number 4, piece of trash. Actually, I wonder if it will move up one next year for the same reason that Mike has had a renewed interest in this game. One word clue: mechs.
Scythe.
Boom.
Skiffy.
Skithy.
I think we're
Close.
tied now, Z.
All right, so Scythe, yes, again, very popular game. The most popular game from Stonemaier Games. I mean, viticulture, very popular.
Wingspan.
One of the most popular
Thank you.
games from from.
Second most popular game from Stonemaier.
You know what? It's just people
There's
like
a
playing
lot of
Scythe.
stinking Stonemaier games in the top 100, too.
You better believe
You
it.
had a lot of Garfel games.
Yep.
The people
I will say this
have a
though:
lot of his games.
Stonemaier games are popular, but the ones that are not don't even come close.
No,
That's
there's
true.
Euphoria, not Tapestry.
Red
what's the-
Rising.
Red Rising.
the one with the timers that I've already literally forgotten the name
Pendulum.
of. Pendulum, yeah.
Those don't even come close. And in fact,
True.
the
He's got like mega hits or like immediately
Or
forgettable games.
Between Two Castles.
even the one that I thought would do better, the reworking of Libertalia,
Yeah.
Nothing.
Libertalia,
not
it
even
might have
close.
sold well, though. We don't know with these
We
pre-orders.
don't know. Yeah,
I know,
that's
but I'm
true.
saying
Point
yeah, you
being,
can
we
make
don't
the
see it being
people's
played
choice.
anywhere.
right.
And it's not on these lists.
I saw Libertalia, I think, played once on the cruise, maybe? I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I almost wish I'd kept the older version now. But the new version's, that's a whole different discussion. Anyway, yes. Mega hit.
Terrific
or
game.
Forgotten. You know what, though? I could live running a company like that.
You're not kidding. You're not kidding.
I'll take a few games that don't do well for mega hits on the
Especially
side.
since those ones that we say don't do well are probably would be top sellers for other publishers.
That's
and
true.
also considering that he does pre-orders, so you don't know
Yes.
if it's a mega hit or one of the others
That's true.
until you've pre-ordered it.
Well, you know, if there's a second or third printing of it, but
Yeah.
yes.
I guess that's true, yes.
Okay, so there you go. Side, the People's Choice, number 4.
Thank you for the generous super chats, everybody. And
Tim
specifically,
Evans,
Tim
who loves
Evans,
pitch card. Tim Evans, Tony from NM, New Mexico,
New Mexico.
And
Land of
Siras
Enchantment. Did you know that?
of Philadelphia.
I
Oh.
love that state
We
motto.
hit 4,100 viewers.
Yes!
Oh, we're almost there, y'all. What's 900 viewers? Come on.
We can make this happen.
Mike, just keep talking until we get it.
What I need all of you to do, you can't leave because we need you to stay here.
Go out-
but like
outside
lean
and
out the
bring
window
someone.
and get one of those things, those signs that you spin that tell people to come in. You know, spin the sign out the window. Dice Tower, top 100, top 10.
It doesn't get us another view of like, they're not, can I come join you watching? That's the same view.
They need to get on their own.
Yeah, don't allow that, in fact. If anybody's sitting with you right now watching,
Make them
Correct.
get on their own.
Get on their
phone.
own.
make them leave and get their own internet subscribe.
That's correct.
Okay.
Just get
Get
on
your own IP address.
Get you on a different IP. I'm sure. Apparently.
Catch you on the flip side.
Get.
All right.
My number
On
3
the flip phone.
is a
On the flip
game
phone.
that was unfairly, some might say rudely maligned by one Mr. Zee Garcia. And
I would never.
He's absolutely incorrect because my number 3
So
is
far, I'm on board.
a fantastic asymmetric game that you can actually teach. My number 3 is Merchant's Cove. I adore this game. This is a game that is basically mini games, and I love mini
Oh, this
games.
crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is your number 3.
You're
Michael
darn
loves
skippy.
it.
This is number
Okay.
3. I love this game.
Yeah, he
and,
does.
and I love playing
I
it with
agree,
other
you do
people.
love
I
it.
love playing it solo. I love teaching it to people. It's just a smart way to utilize different game mechanisms all in one. So if you like the little potion explosion marble manipulation, there's a
And play
character
Potion
for-
Explosion.
No. There's a character for you. If you like
enjoy
dice
myself.
manipulation and dice placement, there's a character for you. If you like doing a spinner and having push your luck,
Yeah,
there's a
everybody
character
likes
for you.
that,
Of
yeah.
course they do. The captain is super popular. Look, you can be like them. You can disparage if you may, disparage if you must.
I
That's
will
fine. Go play your
disparage.
boring games, and we'll have a nice raucous game of Merchant's Cove where we're all.
You're calling this rock as I'm just
Yes.
talking about Ready, Set, Bet.
Ready, Set, Bet's not even a game, man. Ready, Set, Bet is somebody standing there rolling dice and shouting numbers. 17, 5, 12, throw your chip on the board. Number 3. All right. Number 4.
So
This is
mean.
getting real.
That's
I'm
right.
about to start handing out knives.
All right. If you want to play an actual game, come on over to my table. I'll teach you some Merchant's Cove.
No
Yeah.
joke though. This is easily, I think, the most I differ from you. Like, I didn't hate Merchant's Cove. I gave
Yeah.
it like a 5 or 6. I think a 5. But
It's
but I
not
can't.
love, yeah.
I can't imagine.
Oh, I adore
Wow.
it. I
Mike, have you
adore it.
played all the different factions? in
Not
this?
only have I played all the factions, I had a sneak peek at the new factions, and I played them too. And they're
Okay.
also fantastic.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
How much are they paying you to put this in your top 100?
0.
Corruption in Mike's top 100.
0.
New story at 11.
No.
I love
Look.
the old timey news. What's going
Yeah, I
on?
know, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, see? My number 3, Merchant's Cove.
All right, my number 3 is
It's
a
so mean, Mike.
Me?
I got to go
Ross?
weep over there. I didn't say. I just said we have difference in opinions.
Ah, okay.
no. You were crapping on his.
You were
okay?
just-
Yeah, you were saying that Merchant's Cove is not a game.
Right.
You were saying it's a bunch of dumb mini
No.
games.
Yep.
What I'm saying is, well, yeah, actually, I was saying
Yeah,
that.
you said that, okay? My number 3 is a crossover with Mike DiLisio.
All right, well, I can't complain.
I'm just going to keep shouting Cthulhu Death May Die until it's true.
It's Cthulhu Death May
There
Die.
you
I
go.
was dead on. I'm a precognition, baby.
You're a precog, yes,
Yep,
yes. This one, Mike already went into quite a bit. Again, it's been... I can't think of another game except for maybe... well, I'm not going to mention the game because I think it might be coming up on Tom's list.
Okay.
There's only one other game I can think of which is even close to the rise that I have experienced with this game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In my appreciation and sort of enjoyment of it, you know? Mm-hmm. I did not dislike it the first time I played it. I think I rated it a 7 out the gate, I want to say.
I think that's about right.
And I
yeah.
had some issues with it, which, to be fair,
Still have.
I still do. The
Right.
board didn't get bigger.
Right,
The
right.
miniatures didn't get smaller.
No.
It's too crowded.
Yep.
Those
wanna-
tiles should be bigger.
Do you want a meeple version?
I would
No.
love a meeple version. Where are my acrylic standees?
I can see that.
Cthulhu is this really tall thing. When you turn it sideways, you can't see
Yeah,
him.
well,
Yeah,
you
that's
know, he...
Keto Cthulhu.
That's how it happens.
It's Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Okay. But I guess, allowed myself just to enjoy what is there more.
Yes.
Given into the sort of over the top, we're going crazy and we're loving it. Ah! Stab Cthulhu in the neck. I've given into that, I guess, and now I'm just having a really good time with it.
Yeah.
The extra content, yes, it does not hurt. There's been a lot there. We got to play a little bit of the upcoming stuff.
Yeah.
And that was really fun.
That's great.
So, you know, it's no Secret Merchants Cove stuff.
No,
You all
it's
got
not.
to see it too. But it's still good. So my number 3, Cthulhu, Death May Die. Just love it. And still not Marvel, though. You're keeping track of this, aren't you?
Thank you, Jorge Pedro from Mexico City.
Jorge Pedro.
Mr. Millstream.
Señor Milstream.
Malibu from
Malibu.
so many countries, I'm not going to even repeat them.
Malibu.
Sebastian from Poland. No, he was like, I'm a Brazilian married to someone in this in another country. It's a lot of stuff.
So he's a Brazilian. Brazil.
Okay, my number 3 is the final game in my top 100 that has
No,
been on
it's
there
not-
since
oh.
the very beginning.
Oh, I know what
I know what
It
it
was
is.
number 1 for 7 straight years.
This is the other game that had a meteoric rise for me.
Cosmic Encounter.
This is the one. I almost said Cosmic. I'm like, I think it's still coming up on Tom's list. I may not even mention it. This is the other game that the first time I played it, I'm like, well, this was disappointing. I
Yeah.
don't get it. Why is this
I've had a
classic?
few people tell me that, but I think this is a bit group dependent.
It is very group dependent.
Yeah, it is really group dependent. And you could say that about a lot of games. Oh, you got to play with the right group of people. But
Yeah.
you can have a bad experience in Cosmic Encounter. It's a little similar to Robo Rally in that way where, you know, if you just say, hey, let's just pull some random powers out and play with some random special rules and, you know, it needs a good teacher. There's a lot of things. But, man,
Yeah.
when this game sings, it's great. It was one of my top 10 experiences last year. I played a version. I played this at several times at Dice Tower East, and man, with all the new powers, and I was like, "There's enough content," and then they came out with more content, and I was like, "All right, fine, I'll take it."
Yeah,
And now there's enough content,
maybe.
maybe.
You'll
This
take-
one is a bit, probably a little group dependent, don't you think?
We just said that.
It was a joke.
Okay, well, you're making yourself look young there.
That's all right.
Thank you, McQuell, for the super chat. Anyhow, I really love Cosmic Encounter. Fantastic game. Number 3 for the people has been number 2 for 4 years straight before
And now
this.
it's slipping.
It just dropped down to 3.
Okay.
And you'll see why in a bit, I think. But the number 2
Whoa.
is, the clue
Wait. We're on 3, not 2.
Number 3 is, yeah, that's what I'm talking. Number 3, the clue is Bonacor.
Terraforming Mars.
Boom! He's ahead now, Zee Garcia. You've given up. You're rolling over.
I feel bad for how much you dunked on him. I'm allowing this. That's
Oh,
what I'm
oh.
I
saying.
didn't dunk on him. My goodness, I feel like he won that battle.
What battle?
Mike is awesome. You
Mike won.
suck.
You're now
Look.
just being
Fake mean? You're right.
No, not fake mean. See me after the show, and we're
Catch
gonna
me
settle this
outside.
with sharp edges.
How about that?
And,
Still would've
and
made physical
horses.
threats earlier.
As well, he should.
I want to make it clear, I did not. My watch did.
What? Are you wearing a transformer on your arm?
It's a Samsung, the exploding kind.
Samsung.
Okay? Watch out.
Anyway,
oh, what's that near your face?
Terraforming Mars, people still really love this game.
Right.
It's one of those ones that when it first came out, got a little bit of buzz and then just suddenly shot through the roof. Many expansions. Although I imagine, I've noticed most people still play kind of just the base game and plus Prelude, obviously. But a great
Prelude
game.
does seem to be like the one that's like required, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, it's one of the few expansions in history where they could have put minus 15 minutes on the box, which still blows my mind.
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
the game shorter
It does.
wow.
because it starts you out with more resources and you don't have to like scrap your way through the first 5 turns, so it gets
That's
faster.
amazing. That's pretty
What
cool.
do we think the Terraforming Mars dice game is going to do? Do we think it's going to have any of the impact that even Ares Expedition had?
No,
don't think so.
I think it will get
Third?
praise. I think it will be liked,
Okay.
but I don't think it will even make the People's Choice Top 100.
No, I don't think so either. Again, third in the series is unlikely to make a splash.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
All right, wow, just okay, fine.
No, I'm just curious. I have no.
Well, you're acting like.
I like to act like I know something that you don't.
I was about
You
to say,
do.
my number 3 is so secret. I played it. I can't even mention it, but it's my number 3. Watch back next year. That's one thing I really hate.
Ooh, I like that.
All right,
Huh.
let's go. We're at 2 more.
How many more people do we need? Because that's what we're gonna. That's what it's gonna take. All right.
Sorry.
My number 2 is. There we go. My number 2 is my favorite 5-player game by a large margin. It's also terrific at 4. And I used to actually. It's come up. This game has come up a little bit because they released an expansion that makes it viable across all player counts. My number 2 is Smartphone Inc. This is a game that.
Knocked my phone off.
Well, it's
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
My phone was like, thank you.
This is a game that I've mentioned the story many times before, so I won't go into a lot of detail, but I had to be talked into this. I did it. I played it as a favor to a friend that heard it was best at 5 and said, look, Mike, I know this doesn't look like your type of game. I got a glimpse at one of the player screens, which was literally multiplication tables, and was trying to go to the other end of the room. And he said, look, would you please just sit and play this game because I've heard it's best with 5. I want to try it at 5. I sat down. By the end of like the second round, I was looking up how to buy this game, which at that point was before it was picked up by Arcane Wonders. And I went through a ridiculous process to get a copy of it. I absolutely adore this game, and it does so many things that I don't usually love. It is a Euro economic game. It is economics first. It's got area control. It's got multiplication tables. None of these things appeal to me.
Right.
This game is so smooth. It is one of the easiest games of this weight to teach. I almost never have to look at a rule book for this game.
Wow. Okay.
And that is so unheard of, especially for me. Everything is right there. The whole round structure is right there on the board. It is such a great game, especially again at 4 and 5. If anyone has any interest in this game, this is always going to be the thing I recommend at that player count, especially 5, which is a tricky player count.
It is.
Smartphone Inc. is great. Mobile Markets is also terrific, but I do prefer Smartphone. It actually plays quicker than Mobile Markets. My goodness, I love this game. And it was just so out of my realm of comfort that I'm really glad. Andrew, that's for you. I'm glad you talked me into this, Andrew.
Was it Andrew? Is
Wait,
he
the
watching?
guy is in the chat?
Oh, no, he's not in the chat.
Oh,
I don't
no.
think he even knows who the Dice Tower is. I'm kidding. He knows who the Dice Tower is, but he ain't watching.
He's not watching? Why is
He's
he not
working.
watching?
He's got a job.
Okay, well, message him.
He's got a job that doesn't let him go out
You just told
from
people.
from their
you just told
computer.
people
He's insulted like, what is it, 4,573 people? he's
All
just
of these
insulted.
people have jobs that
no, but
allow
you
them
just
to
told
look
them
on the
to
internet.
Go get more people to watch, and you won't do it yourself.
Andrew, get online. We need everybody we can get. All hands on deck, Andrew.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know.
My number 2, Smartphone Inc.
My number 2
That's
is...
really high. I know you like that. I didn't realize it was
That's
number
gone up.
amazing.
It
I was
has
not
gone up.
expecting that.
Yeah, it definitely.
Better than Merchant's Cove? What's going on? I thought that was the best game ever. Tom disagrees, but he's wrong.
I'm thinking about your number 2 and number 1. I don't know what they...
My number 2 is my highest rated cooperative game.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Is it more
Oh my
than one
gosh,
game?
Andrew's here. Hey, Andrew. I didn't think he'd be watching. All right.
How do you feel now? How do you feel?
Andrew,
friend.
aren't you supposed to be
Andrew, I'm
working,
sorry you
Andrew?
got fired.
Aren't you supposed to be working? Ridiculous. Look,
Andrew.
you're either supposed to be working or on Discord. You can't be doing both.
Oh,
there
my
you go.
word. All right. No one cares about your number 2. Let's go back.
That's
to
okay.
Andrew's
That's
thing.
all right. Number 2 for me is a cooperative game. Is it more than one game? You said?
Well, like it's a part of a
I picked
series.
one game. Yeah, it's part of a series,
Well,
but I did
because-
pick one.
Was this your number 1 for many, many, many years?
Don't tell me what I did, okay? don't discuss with me
Is this
what
Marvel
errors.
Pandemic?
Is that coming yet?
No, but you know it is.
This needs to be a thing, okay?
You can make it a thing, see?
It's
You've got that kind
Marvel
of power.
Krakoa. That could be a thing, right?
Yeah, I can see that actually.
Marvel Iberia is actually the one.
There you go.
Marvel Iberia.
It's pandemic, y'all.
There's Beast and Storm on the front cover trying to help people with their.
Yeah, it could work.
Yeah.
Pandemic, and I pick Iberia because, well, it's my favorite standalone. I'm not like Tom did for his, not doing the legacy ones. Those are fantastic. They're not really repeatable. I mean, you can buy another one and play again, but you're going to get a lesser experience because
Someday
surprises
I will play
are
this
done.
version.
You've never played this one?
I have not.
Oh, man. Tell you what, why don't we make it like a special day? We play this and Merchant's Cove. You want to do that?
Yes, let's do it.
And maybe you can play Ready, Set, Bet finally for real. How about that? Let's do that.
Are you trying to bring people together here? Zee?
No, I'm trying to seed discord. Pandemic Iberia is a wonderful pandemic version in which you are, well, trying to do the same things you're doing in the other pandemics, or the earlier pandemics. Find and research these 4 diseases. In this one, you don't really cure them. They did not have the cures. You can treat them more effectively after you study them. And I really like this idea of the movement in this being more limiting because you can't jump on a plane and fly across the peninsula here. You need to rely on railroading and boats to go around the outside of the map. The railroading infrastructure you need to spend time building up.
It's amazing to me you have a train game at your number 2.
I do.
I never thought of
kind
you as an
have a train
18XX
game.
type of person, but
Puffing
yeah.
Billy.
I'm a puffin' Billy.
He's puffin'
you
Billy,
know?
all right.
I'm puffin', okay? Pandemic Iberia is a wonderful cooperative game I really do enjoy very much. It's a stunning production. And I don't know if you know this, but it's also a limited collector's edition, of which apparently they've printed 100,000. Because this is everywhere.
It's limited by the number of people on the planet.
Okay, I want to say thank you to Todd, although your super chat makes me sad. But thank you, because he said he lost his job, but he got to watch our top 100.
Okay.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Antoine from France. To
Antoine Boza?
Set Runner
Ooh.
14. To Jeremiah. To Raz 137, who wants us to do our top 100 co-op games.
Razagul?
Mr.
I was
Milstrom
thinking the same
again,
thing.
and Stuart. All right.
That's a lot of folks.
Lots
Thank
of
you, y'all.
folks.
My number 2 was 25 last year. It's been on my list since 2009. But man, this
up.
game has really burst through and almost made number 1. I play this a lot, mostly with Chris, and that is Dominion.
Yeah.
Dominion.
Oh, Dominion's back, huh?
It is
Just
back.
kinda made
Well,
a-
it was 25 last year. That's not.
Wow.
That's not like
It's
it was
because you
bad.
played a bunch. It's basically
Yeah, it makes
it, right?
sense, yeah.
But man, you know what? I am so sick of hearing people kind of like, well, deck building has come so far since Dominion. Yeah, but Dominion's still also amazing. People are like, oh, Dominion is just, you put out the 10 decks of cards and find the one thing. Yes, that's really fun. And each expansion, the expansions just keep making it better. I love Dominion. I am so glad to play this. I put 5 copies in the Dice Tower library. They're all different. You know, they're
Really?
different sets of cards. Yeah, I can do what I want.
No, I know. You
put-
actually did that?
What was your number 2?
My number 2 was Pandemic Iberia.
I put 5 copies of that. I have like 10 copies of Pandemic, so
That's true, actually. You're right.
so I can do this.
Okay, you're right.
Man, I love Dominion. There's so many deck builders that I've kind of gone in and out on. Someone mentioned Marvel Legendary. I like it, but
We mentioned that Marvel Legendary is better than Dominion. That's what they mentioned.
sure. Well, no, but people will say it. But the setup kind of wears me down on Marvel Legendary. I like other games like Dune Imperium and Lost Ruins of Arctic, but the deck building is a lesser part. I like just the deck building. It's fantastic. Dominion, my number 2.
So I didn't realize, I kind of feel bad that, so these were our top 100 game mechanisms that we should have been doing, right? So this is just, you're just putting game mechanisms now as your choices.
I would be very cautious where how you speak to me, DiLisio, since your Merchant's Cove is just a pile of game mechanisms.
Yeah, but there's like 5 of them.
Yeah.
That's his number 4 through 7.
But deck building has come so far,
Wes.
Tom.
Killer Bunnies and
wow.
Weston. Wait, Wes and Weston? That's interesting.
Yeah,
Thank
Weston
you both
has.
of you guys.
Weston has.
Okay, the People's Choice number 2.
All right, here we go.
Brand new to the list. That's the clue you get. It's the only game for like
Ark
the past
Nova.
50. Yes. Bursting in at number 2, Ark Nova. What do I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's wait and see. Let's give it a minute.
Yeah, give it a minute. We'll hear what you have to say about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, just shut up about it.
We'll talk about this briefly. But yes, again, this is, when last year at Board Game Geek Con, when I was playing all the hot games, or that was 2 years ago. That's wild times. And just looking at them in Boon Lake and stuff, sometimes a game rises above the rest.
Yeah.
This is the Terraforming Mars, and in fact, this is going to beat Terraforming Mars down for a while, I think.
It already has, right?
Well, by one position.
Yeah, but
I think
that's the
Terraforming
first
Mars is going to
year.
slowly go down,
Right.
and Ark Nova will stay up, and then it will slowly get down because a new game will come out and take its place. But for
Payless
now,
2.
Terraforming zoos.
2 games from the studio brought you Ark Nova and the director of Terraforming Mars.
I like it. In a world.
Anyway, let's go to the
like
number
it.
ones. Here we go.
All right, well,
Hey, give me 1 second
sure.
here. Because I don't know what his number 1 was. Although you haven't, did you mention? No, you did mention that.
I know what Z's number 1 is, I think.
I don't know what your number 1 is either. But I mean, I probably do, and I'm just not
You
coming
do.
to mind.
You're not thinking about it. But you know
What's
what
your
it is.
favorite
They
game?
just wrote it up there.
Yeah, but they've been guessing our top ones for a long time. I mean,
Okay, well, just tell me. I don't know.
so look, my number 1 is a game that I said when I first reviewed it that sometimes I feel like games are made, like a game is made for me. My number 1 is Dwellings of Eldervale. I
Oh, right, it was-
absolutely, it was
They
number
just
1
wrote
last
it.
year, and it's still number 1 this year. And I've got this weird thing. I've had so many people ask me because they know that this is a game that I love, and now they know it's still my number 1 game. Have you played Andromeda's Edge? Have you played Andromeda's Edge? Have you played Andromeda's
It
Edge?
just landed on GameFound like a week ago.
Absolutely, but he's had it at multiple conventions of our conventions, the early versions, and I have not played it. And there's a part of me that is almost, I'm going to play it and I'm excited about it, but I'm almost like I don't know that I want anything to take the shine away from my favorite game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a game
come
that
on.
is based upon this, and space is fine. Sorry, Roy, but it's not like my favorite theme in the world. I like this theme.
Roy just jumped over the table.
I know. But look, this is a game that I just adore. I love the way that the worker placement works, how you have different workers. I love the slight asymmetric play. I don't know what I missed there.
It's only unemployed people watch this.
Oh,
That's what it
okay. There you go.
Jeez. My goodness.
Anywho, I love me some Dwellings of Eldervale. I'm looking forward to the Andromeda's Edge 2, but I'm happy with this. I mean, this is a game that just scratches so many itches for me.
I'm glad you like this too, but you and me have to work on putting a lighter game as our number 1.
You're right, because
Why?
everyone wants me to teach it to them.
Every
Oh.
convention, Dwellings of Eldervale, someone's like, do you know where Mike is?
Yeah.
Does he have the hour to teach this game?
And that's the
'Cause
thing.
It's a long teach.
It's a long teach and it's a long game. And the problem is, usually what ends up happening is I have to say, look, I'll teach you the game, but I can't sit in it because it's going to, be an extra
it's
couple
too long,
hours,
right.
but I'll take 30 minutes to teach it, and because I'm excited that people are excited to try it out and learn it because it's a big game. For a while it was very hard to get. I think now it's a little bit easier to get, but you're right, Tom. It's a investment. It's a time investment. It's a table investment. It's a table hog. It's got a whole bunch of components with game trays and the whole nine. But
Well,
this
Tom
is
suggesting that my number 1 is going to be it's going to be light.
It might be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not include you in the heavy gamers
Yeah.
group?
This is my
Sorry.
experience game,
Chris.
number 1.
I see how it is. I see
Although
how
Chris
it is.
does give 10s to really
This
like
is the
games.
second time this is your number 1, yes?
Yes, 2 years in a row.
All right, my number 1. Do you guys know what it is?
I do.
He thinks he does. I have no idea.
It's the same as it was last year.
It has to be.
Didn't change.
It's not off the list. You haven't talked about this yet,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It was. What's?
What did I say about Marvel?
Yeah, but I don't know what. I'm confused.
It's not a Marvel game.
Oh, so you lied about that.
I lied about that.
Wait a minute. Oh, so you've already had 51st State on your list?
It's not a Marvel game. What are you talking
That's
about?
what I'm saying. I thought this was 51st State.
It is 51st
Oh, okay.
State is my number 1,
right.
everybody.
All right. Well, you said it was another Marvel game, so I
right.
was trying to figure out what it is.
trying to do the
51st
head
State is my
fake.
number 1 game still. It is a wonderful game. It's a post-apocalyptic game. It's a cards with powers game that I love. You get to embody a faction of marauders or crazy scientists in the future where the world has been spoiled and you want to get together and build up a thing and go out and claim new territory or rebuild perhaps or maybe invest in technology and play cards and build up your tableau. Tableau is the word of the day here. I really enjoy this game. This is a wonderful, wonderful game. I still adore it. It has I love it. I love it.
Well, after that disgusting number 1.
Okay, well, I think it's great.
No,
I think it's wonderful.
I've not played the new version of this. I might
The new
like
version
it.
is not quite out.
No, this
version you've
this
never
version.
played?
No, you taught me the old version.
You don't
You've
have the
never played
master
51st
set.
State, like, refreshed or whatever?
So
How have you
can't
not
look at you.
played?
no, I haven't. I only played that
I'm
original.
asking you a question. Have you not played?
I know where your eyes are.
51st State?
I'm sorry.
My eyes are up here.
Ah! I just noticed.
My number 1.
How did I not notice that?
You should. There's a lot of glare.
There is a
All
little.
right, my number 1,
I
same
smelled
as
it
number 1
before I saw
last
it.
year, is Arc Nova. Which you all thought was a flash in the
Roy's
pan.
still playing with the sensor bar over there. We don't even know.
I really like Arc Nova. It is. I don't. There's a lot of Ameritrash stuff in my top 10. There's a lot of Ameritrash stuff. I like that. But
There's no sense bar when the screen is little.
That's true.
so I
wanna
really like the. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought here, but I like big heavy Euros sometimes, and I like ones like this. This has a hodgepodge of mechanisms, but I like them all. I think they're all fun. When they were explaining it, I remember the first time going, I like that. I like that. Each thing just gets better, and I like teaching it the same way. Like, oh, and you can also upgrade your cars, and then people get excited. It's a great game. Arc Nova.
Yeah, but you're right. This is another one that you have to teach it. It's going to take you, even though you've gotten the teach down pretty well.
I do, but it still is not a short teach, and I always, after I teach it, I don't feel like I'd be like, and I'll see you
And I'm
later.
out. You have to sit around at least a round.
This is the second time Arc Nova's your number 1.
Yes.
And so second time for you with Dwellings.
Yep.
Second time for you with Arc Nova. And this is my third time
Well, then you're winning.
with 51st State. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm wondering if there's some shakeups coming
I wonder.
next time we do this. you
I
know?
wonder.
I wonder too.
I'm
because
thinking there might be.
I
I'm
had
thinking there might be as well.
Arc Nova won twice, and then before that, Le Havre was won twice, and then before that, Project Elite and Gloomhaven both had it for a year, and then there was 7 years of Cosmic Encounter, and before that, my number 1's disappeared. It must have been Duel of Ages at that point. All right. Anyhow,
The
thank
people's
you
number
for the super
1 you
chat,
said already. Yes,
Jolene.
Wingspan.
Thank you for super chat, Ilsa, Swenzapool, and Renee from Mexico. A lot of Mexico folks today. Thank you.
Awesome.
People's Choice number 1. This is also their 3rd year in a row.
Okay.
This debuted at 3.
Wingspan.
Yes, it's
Wingspan.
Wingspan.
Give us a clue.
And Arc Nova at the top. Animals reign supreme.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brett Spielman, pianist, for the super chat. But Wingspan, again, this is turning into, over the last couple of years, a game that it's really, even now that we mentioned this, someone in chats can be like, this game is overrated. I don't
Well,
like
now
this
that
game.
you
It's
said
all
that,
luck. Right?
yes.
Well, maybe less so now that I said it, right?
No, that's not how that works.
But it's almost kind of cool to be like, Wingspan's not that cool. This is a 4-way crossover,
Yes.
I think, right? We all 3 of us had our list,
Yep.
and the People's Choice. You all like it the most.
Right.
But it's
a
sitting
terrific game.
pretty strong there at the top. I don't know if Ark Nova will pass it next year or if a new game will come along, the Scythe Expedition.
You never
Who
know,
knows?
right?
But yeah, this has sold millions at this point, so that is your number one. Before we jump off here, folks, we'll announce the winner of the contest on our Facebook group. We didn't get to 5,000, but got to 4,500, so I'll make it a slightly larger box.
Slightly larger box. There you go.
Is there any games that you're surprised weren't on anyone's lists? Now's your chance to ask in this chat that's zooming by at 100 miles an hour. But there was a few games that fell off my list. Pretty, there was nothing that was really high that fell off, I don't think. I think
Okay.
I don't even have my list in front of me. Oh, wait. Nope, that's People's Choice. There'll never be 100 to 0 on anything. I don't know what that means. Was Obsession on my list? No, I'm not. I like Obsession, but just wasn't. Nemesis
Was on my list.
was on yours?
I think Nemesis was
Yeah,
on my list. Obsession was
you
definitely on
mentioned
my
Nemesis
list.
for sure.
Oh, Shipwreck
Arcana did drop out the top. Yeah. I haven't played it this year, I think, and it's really fun. It's a small game. It's a game that makes that great first impression. Like, wow, this is all in this little game, and I still very much enjoy it. But after you do that same, wow, it's a great big game in a little box, that wears off.
A lot of people asking about Dead Reckoning. I liked it fine, but there's a lot of problems with Dead Reckoning that kept me from loving it.
I like Dead Reckoning a lot.
Even though I do like
didn't quite make
Jacques
it.
Declare a lot. 2 of his games are my top 10.
Ankh was on my top 100.
Lisav,
Yeah.
1537, and
Resurgence
whatever
haven't
the other.
played
Oh, I missed a super chat. I'm sorry. Bro, scroll up. I
You
missed a
did
super
definitely
chat.
miss the others on Z's list. It was on, what, your number 3?
Yeah, it's really, really
Joshua
high.
Stoffer, thank you.
Number 4, 5. Number
For the
5.
super chat.
Okay, 5.
Where was War of the Ring? Wait for Roy to do his top 100.
Correct. My
Outer
father's
Rim.
work, have
I
to
still
play it
haven't played
more.
Where was Heroescape?
Paper Tales was on my list.
Yep.
HeroScape has fallen off my list.
Viking Seesaw
Mostly because of the setup. It's
is
still in my
not
top
in my
200. I
top
haven't
100
played it
games,
in a
although
couple of
I
years now.
adore it. Wildlands, there's a little story
Wonderland's War
behind
was on mine.
that. Wildlands was a mistake, folks. Should have been on my list.
Oh, I was like,
Say it was 101.
I will, but it was a mistake. It needed to be.
It's also 101.
It was a mistake.
Mike's
Don't you
101
know-
Wildlands.
Wildlands will be
to-
back on the list where it belongs next year. It was a mistake.
Thank you.
These things
I
happen.
say it was 101.
Mr. Chwala for the super chat. And everyone who did super chats, thank you. And I
Yes.
know some people have stuck with us all 10 episodes here. And have stuck
Yes.
with us now, even though you want to go and enjoy your weekend. But you know what? From our end, we also would also like to go enjoy our weekend. So thank you all for watching. We're back to normal schedule next week. Lots of live shows and different things. Also, we have reviews going up this weekend.
Yep.
Different things for you to watch. So we'll be around. There's more bigger and cooler stuff coming in the year 2023. Thank you for sticking with us. Thanks for entering the contest. We'll see y'all later. Well, thanks, Roy, for running all these. Roy's
Thank
been
you,
sitting there
Roy.
running all these. And Chris put together all the PowerPoints for us and
PowerPoints
everything.
the outros and such, yeah.
So until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Mike DiLisio.
I'm Zee Garcia.
We're done!
Wiped.